What's up, y'all? So it's Teeny Way here, coming to y'all with. I know it's late, but it's the most accurate prediction you're gonna get on the Crawford Canelo fight. And here you go. So in the Crawford Canelo fight, I see Bud winning via TKO late. Reason that being is if you guys see my breakdown on both of these guys, you will see that I touch on their various what they known to do, their styles, the basic tendencies. That's very important when you come to break it down. It's really to log in their tendencies, and from seeing their tendencies, you'll be able to see that Canelo does a lot more mistakes. And one of the main mistakes Canelo does, his weaknesses is that he's open to the body. He doesn't really cut off the ring much, so you can move, create angles, not become considered target. Make it where he can't set his feet. He throws every punch telegraph, very hard, constantly. He doesn't use his jab much as he should. And the hunger, man. I wish I could have got this clip. It's on my computer of really Canelo. When he fights, you can tell he holds back a lot, and I'm telling you, like, the mentality of Bud is gonna take over. Now, we're going to look at like if you read this out, this for Canelo Bud weaknesses. I mean, he could be overhand rights. If you have a good jab of your own, you could probably disrupt Bud offense. He don't really get hit with too many like body shots or even hooks that I forgot. That Canelo does a lot. If you cut off the ring well, you kind of freeze him up, but Canelo again doesn't really do that. I'm not saying he can't just in this fight just turn around, but we'll see if he really do that and how long he can keep up with that. See the other weakness with the low guard. Right. I know Bud does throws the 1-3, but to keep his right hand up. Yeah, it ain't too many weaknesses, man, that Bud really has. He has the superior footwork, the superior skills, and what I mean by that is his ability, man. The Crawford's skill set. I mean, he could do everything Canelo do, well. I mean, actually more. He throws more variety punches, has better shot selection, has better, like I say, footwork, better ring IQ, chin. Damn near equal. Shit, we'll see who got the better chin in the next several hours. And again, he has that hunger, man. He has that edge where he's going to even say if he's something happy getting knocked down, or he face some adversity, he's going to push through. From all the fights that I've seen, but doesn't have a mentality where he's just complacent and just content on just doing what he does, and he adjusts, and that's going to be the key. Canelo doesn't really adjust. He has the same approach all the time, and what he do, he's amps it up even more and tries to oppose his will. And that's not gonna work with Crawford. You're not gonna break Crawford will. Crawford got will of a damn god. Something that I share, and I know when you have a strong will, what is something you pursue and conquer, you're gonna try to do it by all means. But nonetheless, yeah, man. So yeah, I see in the first couple rounds, Bud boxing him, using his feet, not being a set of target like people I guess expecting that he should do, or trying to say he should basically just be in the pocket, don't run. But again, that's track. You don't turn your back away from people. When you box, any part of the ring you move, or when you're moving laterally, forward, back, whatever it is, you have to face your opponent. You know what I'm saying, at all times. That's the whole purpose. You know what I'm saying? So as you're moving like in the axis. It's kind of like a science almost like, you would describe like the planets. It's a system. It's like you're moving around, an axis almost in the ring versus your opponent. That's not running. I mean, running is, again, you are having your back turned and you're going away. You know what I'm saying? Just because you move or use your feet, the main objective of boxing is to hit your opponent and you not get hit, if at all. Lesser than your opponent. So that's what it's about, and that's what a boxer really is about. Really, that's, if you want to know what a boxer is, or our box, that's really their main thing, is to hit and get hit as least as possible. That's really the main objective. And I think Bud's gonna do that in the first 5-6 rounds. And I think, like, in the second half of the fight, 7, 8, I think that's what he go step to Canelo. Obviously, by, like I said, the early rounds, he already felt his power. I'm pretty sure he will be to take his power and yeah, man, and he go in and handle Canelo, bro. And like I said, I think it's gonna be the body. I think an uppercut is gonna be one of the money punches, the punches that probably drops Canelo. Pure uppercut or hook to the body, but definitely like an uppercut. Because in my breakdown, he does tend to dip his head down low for uppercuts. That'd be a perfect punch. Break his head right up, maybe throw a left hook followed by it. But yeah, man. Again, this weight thing, I'm gonna try to touch on this not too long. It's not gonna be a problem for Bud. People saying Bud had to gain 20. No, he didn't have to gain 20 pounds. You guys gotta realize these boxers be cutting weight all their life. When they get a couple 4 to 5, 6 months, maybe even a year, like Bud did, you gotta realize, like, they're around the weight where, on fight night, and probably again you add maybe 10, 15 more pounds where they're comfortable. That people try to call the walk around weight where they're not really active. So this weight right here that Bud is at is pretty much the weight he probably, when he's not fighting at camp, when he was at 154, 147, probably was fighting around the 160 range or plus. If you go back at the Errol Spence Hot 97, I think it was, interview, he said he was walking around like literally immediately after the fight at 165. So this is like really a weight class. Look at his face, like, don't look something you see in this video. Like, he looks comfortable, bro. So the weight is not gonna be bad. It's not gonna be slow, because at the end of the day, if anything, he had to cut off some pounds due to the fact that, again, he probably walked around at the most 185 or something like that. I didn't give him Max Keller from saying that's what he had told them. So, like, yeah, if anything, he had to cut pounds. He didn't have to gain any pounds and be lean. So yeah, people, who don't really have that understanding of the sport, or really just that insight of just knowing, well, technically most of these guys when they fight are not true, say 147, 135 pounders, whatever weight class. They're not fighting at that true weight class on fight night. It's just humanly impossible to stay that damn lean and shredded. So this is why you have a thing of rehydration. So yeah, man, this is not gonna affect Bud. I don't think Bud's gonna be slow at all. He's probably gonna be faster than he ever probably should. Probably just as fast as he was last several fights, because he ain't gotta get cut weight like he was. I think he'll be very durable. Punches just rise and gonna be very strong in there. And y'all gonna see, man. But yeah, man, Bud, late stoppage. Yeah, man, I see that. Because the more I'm seeing, like, again, this is like I just explained, that weight thing, man. He is going to be at a weight where he's going to be comfortable. He's not going to have to be, he's not going to be depleted. He didn't look depleted. So it is really going to be, if anything, bad for Canelo, because he got to deplete more, because he walk around 185, maybe 190 minimum, Canelo. So, yeah, if anybody who's going to have some depletion and at the weight, it's going to be Canelo. Again, Bud, going up a couple weight classes. Oh, well, how is he going to take, how is he going to feel? And that's like, bro, he's going to be perfectly fine, because at the end of the day, like I said, he ain't got to cut much now. He can just add on the muscles he already got, add a few extra pounds, really cut, but maybe add some pounds. But again, mainly he's cutting. Like I said, if you're walking around 185, well, like they claim 170 plus, 75 plus, then yeah, if anything, you're cutting down 20-something pounds, not gaining, But people don't be realizing this, and you got to realize Bud took a whole year to prepare for this fight. So, like, people forget that, like, this whole year, he's been really pretty much having to staying at a steady weight, building his strength and endurance, and really getting the feel for basically being, instead of cutting the 154 again, like I said, the lower weight classes, to be at the 160, you know, and just be in fight shape. But again, like when guys are not fighting, they guys get big, man. So, you know, when I see a few videos of, you know, pretty, I would say, respectable people who break down study film and say, oh, Bud said what he said about there's weight classes for a reason and dudes are too big. You got to think about, he's looking at it from the standpoint of on fight night. These dudes are coming in, you know, 20 pounds over the weight limit that they're, you know, that they made. Like both of these guys tomorrow night are not gonna, they're probably gonna be in the 175, 180 range. Come fight night. They're not gonna be in 168. So when people say like, oh, but Bud said that, he contradicted nice fighting Canelo. He was again looking at it from a standpoint of, as a boxer who had to cut weight so much, he never had to, you know, not cut weight. And it kind of be what he doing now, really just, if anything, cutting weight, you know. He's not, you know, depleting his weight so much to where he's cutting 20, 30, but really he got to cut maybe 10, 15 pounds, not as much as he had to earlier, you know. So, yeah, man, you got your active weight and your fighter weight, and he's more close to his active weight, you know. And yeah, man. Yeah, so yeah, he gonna be comfortable. This is gonna be wild where he again comes in probably big enough of a camp, 160 range, like I was mentioning. So Bud gonna be fine. Comment, like, share, subscribe to us anyway. You know, coming here, you know, to take over the boxing scene and give y'all the truth and honest assessment. But yeah, this is gonna be the best breakdown. Yeah, y'all share this with anybody who wanna bet. And I'm gone. I said I'm gone.